Hello, this is Jerron Singley from www.SpirituallyBuff.com with today's AB Check. So today's verse comes from Colossians 4, chapter 4, verse 2. Colossians 4:2, where it says, "Devote yourselves to prayer, being watchful and thankful." Now I want to ask you a question. How many things in your life would you say that you are 100% for? Like, we use the expression a lot of times that I'm going 100. How many things would you say that you're 100% committed to? Now, if you think about it, by definition, the list has to be pretty short because you can't go 100 for a lot of things or for a lot of people. Well, the reality is, here, the Bible is telling us that we should add something to the list, and that is talking to God. He tells the people at Colossae, where this letter was written to, and I think he's speaking to us as well, is that the impulse to say something to God shouldn't come to something that we should do, but something that we would want to do, that we ought to do. In fact, it should be almost instinctual. He says there's two things that we should be thinking about when it comes to talking to God. One, we should be watchful for the kinds of things that come up in our life where we could ask for God's help, or we might need His provision, His protection. So we should be watchful. And the other thing is that we should be thankful. Always thinking about things that we are thankful for, things that He has blessed us with. And sometimes there are many things that we take for granted. Imagine when you first got your first Instagram account and you were always just looking out for things that you wanted to post, to share with your followers. That's kind of what the attitude that we ought to have. Looking for opportunities just to tell God thanks. So there's a couple of things that I want you to do as the result of this lesson. One, I want you to think about how many things that you can thank God for on a typical day. And just maybe jot a list and remind yourself to thank God for those things. Then I want you to pray. I want you to tell God thank you for those good things that He's doing in your life, and I also want you to pray for those things that you want to be watchful or you want God's insight or input about. And the last thing I want you to do is to make a short list of a few people or a few areas of your life that you are seriously 100% committed to. And then we'll talk more about that as we go along. Thank you. That's your AB check for today. This is Jerron Singley, SpirituallyBuff.com. Blessings.